high for Yale. Swain turned away at the baseline. A lot of touches outside the arc. Gabadon picked up his dribble near the elbow. Covered closely by Frankie Pulicelli. Just 6 seconds to shoot. DK has to go. Kelly, topside three. Back iron. Tapped at the rim, and Stony Brook pulls it down.
You're going to see a lot of three-point shots today from both teams. Yale's been averaging about 25 three-pointers a game, and so has Stony Brook.
Pulicelli, Green, Stevenson, Moore, Sales all in the starting five, and Green splashes a three right off the jump. Green, a stretchy player at 6'4", coming off a career-high 14 rebounds against Fairfield on Wednesday. I know the stats were gaudy for Stony Brook, but they lost that game. Gabadon off the back iron. Yale is 0 for 2.
All three-point attempts so far, all three shots.
Juan Felix Rodriguez, his head coach Gino Ford happiest with his work in the drills so far this season. There's an air ball on this end. Yale trying to break the seal, coming back down the floor. Swain wide open for three and hits it. Azar Swain now 13 away from the program record.
The way he squares up to the basket, he just catches the pass, squares up, and just lets go of a three. Just very, 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 very smooth shot. Yale also moves the ball extremely well. Good passing on the outside. Stony Brook trying to get the ball inside.
Tough shot from the short corner, and Pulicelli splashed it. Started 14 games last year, made his debut with a double-double against St. John's. Transfer from Dayton. Here's a fast break. Rodriguez on the go, and he's turned away. Good adjustment by Gabadon in space. Green trying to swim his way inside. Pulicelli hits the triple.
Nice kick out. Nice kick out by Stony Brook on that one.
Gino Ford clapping it up for his team. Offensive foul as a DK caught outside the arc. A 5-0 run for Stony Brook here. Red hot from the floor. They've hit 3 of their last 4. Pulicelli, nice crossover dribble. Green into Cotton. Feeds the post, down low for Sales. Sales trying to turn, blocked. Isaiah Kelly.
Nice running the floor.
How good is that? Defense triggering offense. Kelly flushed it down after his 6th block of the year.
Great hustle on Isaiah Kelly's part, running the floor like that.
Another tough shot falls in. Stevenson Moore this time from the short corner. A Long Island native from Long Island Lutheran High School.
Keep in mind,
nearby to attend Stony Brook.
Sorry, Kevin. Keep in mind, 2 years ago, Isaiah Kelly was a 3 position player. Now he's playing the 5 because of the height.
First team foul called on Stony Brook. That was Jaden Sales sliding to the block. And we'll get a couple changes here for Stony Brook. Some size entering the contest. Anthony Roberts back in. Omar Habway at 6'6". Head coach Gino Ford says, I love him because I know what Habway is going to give me every single game. Goes flying for offensive boards, so keep an eye on him on the other end. Yale down a handful, trying to get it cooking, and Swain delivers. Just like
Beautiful
you said, Frank,
drive
he can
and step
score
up
from so many different areas, not just outside the arc.
Yep. The way he pulls up and takes that shot is very pretty.
Swain, the leading scorer on this team, 18 per contest this year. Kid from Brockton, Mass. Trying to finish off his Yale career the right way. 2-time defending league champs, favored to win the Ivy League again. Pulicelli pulls from way out. Back iron, good chase by Swain. He's off to the races. Gets into Habway, no call, and they say it's kicked out of bounds by Swain.
A little bit ahead of himself on that one.
Like you said off the top, Frank, it was going to be all about what level of physicality these officials would allow here. These are two teams that are gritty, experienced, know how to force fouls on the opponent.
Yeah. Either they're going to let him play or they're going to play it close, and there'll be a lot of free throws. So far, they're letting him play.
Pulicelli's got great range. Already 7 points, 3 of 4 from the floor. Seahawks, excuse me, the Seawolves. I knew I'd do that once. Lost 3 of their top players to the transfer portal last year, as that one's tapped out last by Yale.
Yale
brought in,
it's going to be very, very key for the rest of the season. He's played the last 2 games. He's a big player, and they are going to need him.
Offensive foul drawn low by Jalen Gabadon.
And I think you're going to see with EJ Jarvis is you're going to see him play more minutes than he has. He has to get in shape, and I think he's going to play more. They need his size. They need his physical ability. Mahoney also on the court. He's a great shooter, great three-point shooter.
Really got trapped in a tough spot there. Anthony Roberts closed him out well. Feeding the post, the hot hand, Jarvis lowers the shoulder. Couldn't score with the right. He got doubled in the post. Roberts, our player to watch. Dives inside, nice kick. Pulicelli off the glass.
Beautiful feed. Nice penetration by Roberts, nice feed.
Well, it's official now. Pulicelli's a problem for Yale.
Yeah.
He's got 9 points. He's hit 4 of his 5 shots.
Stony
Brook, redshirt sophomore from New Hartford, New York. He's taking over on the road.
Yale's only 1 for 4 from the three-point line. Good defense by Stony Brook.
Swain on the step
There's
away.
A step back. Ooh.
Hit it off the front rim. Away go the Seawolves. Tyke Green. Back through Roberts. Hits the deck. Back iron, no good, and Jarvis pulls easily. Jarvis trailing the play. Stony Brook bench was calling out for someone to pick him up. Corner 3 missed. Offensive board for Jarvis. Draws the contact and connects.
Aggressive play by EJ Jarvis. Again, he's going to be one of the keys as they move into the Ivy League season later on this year.
James Jones talked early in his career about his scoring touch around the basket. He is so silky smooth at 6'8". Stony Brook's lead down to 3. In and out. Gabadon spins around Roberts, lost the feed, and it's going the other way. He's hitting in the paint. Just 1 team foul for Yale, 2 for Stony Brook. Stevenson tries to work off that hedge. That's way out. Rodriguez missed it. Mike Feinberg gets his first board of the game. Tremendous energy and enthusiasm off the bench.
He's a scrappy
in that win
player.
Against Milwaukee down in Fort Myers. That was a 1-1 trip for Yale. They were on the wrong side of an overtime loss against Southern Utah. Head coach James Jones said he was really upset by the result in that game, but loved the way his team bounced back the following day. Shot clock ticking down. That's Jarvis. Off the mark on the 3.
Coach Jones is playing a lot of players this year versus past years.
Roberts missed the deep one on a step away, and it's chased down by Hobway. Nice cut along the baseline by Rodriguez.
Nice stop and go drive by Rodriguez.
Gabadon on the dribble. Mahoney's 3. Missed it. Stony Brook on the break again. Hectic pace. That's Stevenson. Moore got it again. Stony Brook just can't miss on this end. 43% from the long line, 8 of 15 overall.
Yale only 1 for 7 from the three-point line, and Stony Brook 2 for 5.
Mahoney's got some room. Jarvis, more space at the top of the lane. Swain hangs in the air. Back iron, no good. And look at Stevenson fight for that rebound in the middle at just 6'3". Slipped down low. Nearly turned over. Bodies on the floor. Roberts, did he get the timeout? Yes, he did. More, and it just keeps firing for Stony Brook. 4 of 8 from the arc. It's an 8-0 run for the Seawolves. Yale has gone scoreless over the last 240. Trying to get an answer out of the timeout. Kelly thought about that shot for a moment. Had some room to play with. And we get an offensive foul. It's Mike Feinberg. No correction, that's on Stony Brook. They'll say that's on Omar Habwe.
Yale's only 1 for 8 from three-pointers, and as you said, Stony Brook shooting much better from the three-point line.
So Habwe was called for the touch foul. Right, the call tightened up a little bit there. His first personal, 3rd team foul on Stony Brook. Seen a lot of contact early in this game. Gabadon off on the triple. A 10-8 rebounding advantage for the Seawolves so far. Starter Jaden Sales back in the game at 6'9". One of those many seniors, a lot of upperclassmen talent for Stony Brook. That one off the front rim, right into the hands of STBK from Montreal. He was all-tournament team down in Fort Myers. That's DK from deep. Missed it. Loose ball, and secured by Tyke Green.
Yale's getting their shots. They're just missing them.
I mentioned some of the slow starts here at home for Yale. They definitely turned it on in the second half against Vassar and UMass, pulling away late. Get a foul on Jalen Gabadon, his first of the game. Yale down 11 here in the early going. You have to expect a run coming here from the Bulldogs. They can certainly heat it up from 3.
They're going to have to tighten up on the defense, especially defending against the three-pointer.
Roberts, our player to watch for Stony Brook, 0 for 3, coming off that 30-point performance in the loss at Fairfield. Sales holding it up high, lets it fly, clanked it. Feinberg worked around the screen, and it was an offensive foul. August Mahoney. Now they'll say it was Isaiah Kelly. They showed a 3. It was a 3-5.
That's been a sore point for Yale. It hurt them in the Vermont game. A lot of blocks on fouls. Leads to turnovers.
Matt Noling checks in for the first time. Native of Ellington here in Connecticut. Roberts draws the foul as a DK called for his second. DK was so good defensively down in Fort Myers in that 2-game set against Southern Utah and Milwaukee. Drew 5 charges in the tournament. Had a great mix of scoring and assists. That's exactly what James Jones says he needs from DK throughout this campaign. One of those guys who can do it all. Tough to get this ball in. Green finally distributes. Stony Brook in control so far. Roberts in no hurry with 9 to shoot. Now gets into the lane. Off balance, hit it with the right.
Pretty drive, floater. Pretty drive.
You said it off the top. He finds so many ways to penetrate and score. Played at St. Bonaventure. One of the great Cinderella stories so far in college basketball this year. Kent State in the MAC. He's had a lot of stops. Loose ball on the floor. Blocked by Pulicelli.
Nice defense.
Roberts, active, goes left, left it short, back up for 2. Nice answer by Jaden Sales. He had a broken hand, missed almost the entire preseason. Sales said very clearly his team's goal is to get back to the NCAA tournament. Stony Brook has only been one time. That was back in 2016 when Steve Peichel led this group to a number 13 seed and lost in the first round against Kentucky. We get a foul here against Sales, who we just mentioned.
It's going to be the first free throws of the game. Feinberg, very scrappy player. He's improved dramatically. Always around the ball. and the basket.
Good on the first. You know, Feinberg didn't play much his first couple years in the program, but made a big jump athletically and physically. One of the hardest working players on this team.
A lot of the Yale players have. It's amazing. You would never know that they didn't play last year. It seems like so many of the players improved dramatically.
Sales picked up his second personal foul, so we'll keep an eye on that from the senior playing in the middle at 6'9". Sales took a seat. For Alex Christie, checked in for the second time. Green right over Feinberg for three. These are challenging threes. They keep falling for Stony Brook. Sometimes you've just got it. And we get a foul outside the arc on the Seawolves. Juan Felix Rodriguez not sold on that call.
Stony Brook foul. Number 5, Juan Felix Rodriguez, his first, team's fifth.
So Rodriguez called for his first personal foul. Mike McCloskey, Mike Fleury, Vasily Malios are three officials today.
Stony Brook is shooting the ball very well.
Kelly inside out to Cotton. Missed the three. Yale now 1 for 10 from the long line. Pulicelli, best player on the floor so far. Back iron. Look at the space for Isaiah Kelly to roam. Feinberg off the bounce, left it short, and Christie pulls.
Nice feed by Kelly. Couldn't convert.
It's just not going Yale's way so far. There's a turnover on a walk. And Jalen Gabadon gets right back in there, leading rebounder for the Bulldogs at 6 per game. James Jones has high expectations for this 2020 Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year. Captain in this team, leads with tone, effort, very verbal on the floor, and Yale's looking for a pick-me-up here. Kelly's way out, in and out, looks good all the way. And a foul underneath on the Bulldogs.
Nothing's dropping for Yale from the distance. I don't know if they're going to have to try to drive inside, get more inside shots. They're just not hitting from long range.
Nolan was called for his first personal. 5 team fouls on Yale, 5 on Stony Brook. You mentioned very few free throws shot here in the first, just the 2 by Yale. Sort of a wide open game with a lot of physicality. Stony Brook's been excellent in the half-court offense so far. Flip to Green, lost the handle. Pulicelli missed the 3. Christie goes up and puts it back. It's another 5-0 run for Stony Brook. Yale 1 for its last 13 shooting. Look at Swain working hard to get away from Juan Felix Rodriguez. Backdoor cut, and the ball got jammed. Nothing working right on this end. E.J. Jarvis, bad luck that time.
But Christie's a 7-footer. He's going to be a tough one to box out. Nice offensive rebound and score there.
So the possession arrow pointed to Stony Brook. Gives the ball right back to the Seawolves. Roberts guarded by Gabadon. Trying to work around that screen, lost it. Off goes Azar Swain, leading the break. Challenged by Roberts and draws the shooting foul. Look out as a couple photographers get spilled.
Azar's very good at drawing those fouls on the inside. And obviously he's an excellent foul shooter.
Hope everyone's okay down there. So take another look.
Off his foot. And there goes Azar. And he knows exactly where the defensive player is, hangs in the air, and waits for the foul.
That's the way to plant yourself in the low post as a photographer. Well done. In and out on the first. Roberts was called for his second personal. Christie will check out. 7-footer sits along with Tyke Green.
Azar shooting 85% from the free throw line. Unusual miss.
Swain's been working hard with the coaches on this Yale team to improve his shot selection from the floor. Scored in double figures in all 7 games this season. He's averaging 21 over his last 4 games. A little frustrated so far, team leader with 5. Closing in on 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Stony Brook, 3 again, and it's good. Hobway, way out. Just his 2nd made 3 of the year.
A lot of players making threes for Stony Brook.
4 different scorers have dropped in triples for the Seawolves. Kelly in the hard area, walked with it. Turnover number 5 for Yale.
Stony Brook just playing solid defense, and offensively they're moving the ball, they're penetrating, they're kicking out for 3-pointers.
Yeah, you said it. It's been a good inside-out game. We've talked a lot about their threes, but Stony Brook has a 10-6 advantage on points in the paint. Roberts, did he drive too far? Yes, turned it over. Gino Ford, head coach for Stony Brook, saying, hey, we need a stop. His team's up 22, trying to keep the momentum and the energy going. See if Yale can get a good, solid possession this trip down. Try to build some momentum.
See, they're looking inside more.
Gabadon gets inside the arc. Now with 6 to shoot. Cotton, top side. That's 3.
Cotton has a very quick release on his 3. Gets it and shoots very quickly. They're going to need him to get his 3-point field goal percentage up.
He was a terrific shooter here against UMass in the 2nd home game of the season. Career high 23 points, really fed off the crowd. Tapped by Swain, kept by Stony Brook. Roberts, quick trigger, in and out on the 3, Jarvis. Gabadon circles inside.
Beautiful
nice
pass.
Extra pass to Jarvis for the slam. The Seawolves scoreless the last 2 minutes. See if August Mahoney can heat up. Runs baseline, Jarvis, nice kick out. Gabadon's open and converts.
Nice in and out basketball there. Press still on.
Pulicelli pulls and hits again. Pulicelli 2 of 4 from 3. He's in double figures with 12. He has a lot of belief in the skill of this group. As we said off the top, just trying to find that chemistry before they get into America East play, a loaded conference where Vermont and UMass Lowell will have a lot to say about if the Seawolves can get back to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, keep in mind, Stony Brook's only played 4 games to Yale's 7.
8 to shoot. Bounce pass to Green. Trying to back down Gabadon. Extra pass. Nifty up and under.
Great eyes. Beautiful assist there.
Juan Felix Rodriguez from Lawrence, Mass. Back here in New England, spent 2 years at Monroe Junior College. Became a 3rd-team All-America East selection last year. Foul outside the arc. That's on Stevenson Moore. Called for his 2nd. Gino Ford pleading his case here on the near side.
Stony Brook is answering every Yale bucket up to this point, though. Yale's trying to make a run. They're shooting better, but Stony Brook has been answering.
And getting to the line will certainly help the Bulldogs. 18 fouls for Stony Brook, 5 for the Bulldogs. Yale heating things up down the stretch in the first half. They've made 3 of their last 4 shots. Starting off this home run of 4 games at Lee Amphitheater over the next 7. 2 in a row for Azar Swain. It's a 15-point game with 1:49 before the break. Yale extending the defense again. Broken down by Stony Brook. Christie had a free run to the basket, but the Seawolves want to slow it down. But taking their time in the half court. We mentioned off the top, these are two teams that really value basketball. Policelli a little bit too far this time. Not many loose possessions here, just 5 giveaways by both teams. Gabadon's way out. Front rim, Mahoney committed the foul.
Both of the last 3-point shots, a little bit too far out.
So Mahoney picked up his first personal. Seawolves now in the 1-and-1 bonus. Stevenson Moore, look what he finds, driving baseline. Cotton got crossed up. Green running the break. A lot of contact and a blocking foul. Late call from just in front of the Yale bench as Jarvis and Mahoney went flying.
Yale foul number 15, E.J. Jarvis. That's his first, team's 7.5.
Stony Brook has picked up the pace here. More fast breaks, penetrating.
First foul on Jarvis. Tyke Green will shoot 1-and-1. 63% shooter at the line this year.
First time Stony Brook's going to the line this half.
And they make it count. Omar Habwe back into the game. Transfer from Mount St. Mary's in Maryland. Played 3 seasons with the Mountaineers in the NEC. Made 90 total appearances. So it goes back to what you were saying, Frank. These players have a ton of Division I experience, just not together yet.
They will be. I think they will be. They lost a heartbreaker to Fairfield the other night. I think they're going to be fine.
Elijah Olanihi, who's out for a 2nd straight game, may be the most interesting story. He was one of the entire starting 5 that transferred out after the 2020 season. Olanihi went down to Miami, played 1 season, and came back to Stony Brook. Cotton hits back with a 3. Yale just chipping away here late in the first half. The deficit's down to 15. Stony Brook led by as many as 22. Still a lot of basketball left to play here in New Haven.
Stony Brook playing the clock now.
Swain guarding way out toward half court. Has to swim around Christie. Rodriguez can't hit it. Yale can hold for the last shot. Mbang wasting no time. Cotton on the move. In and out. Christie pulls the ball. That's how Yale wants to start the second.
Gabadon second 3-pointer. Nice kick out by Cotton.
Stony Brook was so sharp in the half-court offense in the first half. That's off the mark by Stevenson Moore, and Yale wins the board. Gabadon up ahead, off the mark. A little bit too strong for Matthew Cotton. Gabadon pressuring the basketball right down Broadway. It's Green with the answer.
Nice give and go.
Turned into a track meet here in the second. Gabadon wasting no time. Kelly handoff to Swain, falling away, makes it count.
He moves so well with the basketball, especially in the paint.
31st Bulldog to score 1,000 career points. The last to do it, Paul Atkinson. Now with Notre Dame, and James Jones said if they give Atkinson the green light, he's going to make a lot of shots with the Irish. Green converts on the putback. It's back to a 14-point game.
Cotton mistimed the jump. Stony Brook's gotten a couple points from offensive rebounds.
Zone defense here for the Seawolves. Missed over the zone as a DK. Offensive rebound. Cotton now. That's 3. Rodriguez from way out. jabbed the foot and dropped it in.
That was a pro three-pointer.
DK, nice ball movement here by the Dogs. Gabadon spins it out. Kelly off the bounce, high off the glass and in.
Nice drive by Kelly. Bodied him up, and just lifted it over his hand.
That looks like a guy who played the 3 2 years ago and is now the 5-man in the middle. James Jones is asking a lot of the 6'7" junior from Augusta, Georgia. He's been up to the test so far. Contested 3 from the corner, missed everything. DK, no time to waste. Yale looking for the comeback bid. Spun out to Gabadon. Steps in, missed it side rim, gets his own miss, missed again, and a blocking foul.
Just seems
relentless effort by Gabadon inside, and he'll go to the line.
Just seems like Yale is much more aggressive coming out in the second half.
Stony Brook, number 2, Frankie Policelli.
Keep in mind, Isaiah played the 3 position. Now he's playing the 5. Jalen Gabadon also played the 3 position. Now he's playing the 4.
Shows you the versatility of this Bulldog squad. A lot of experience, and you can slot them around 1 through 5.
Yeah. And they did that in order, I think, to make room for Cotton.
Policelli will get pulled off the floor after picking up his first personal. Gabadon, the senior from Harrisburg, PA. 85% shooter this season at the line, and he goes 2 for 2.
Yale making a run here, only down 10.
This was a 22-point game with 4:42 to go in the first. Slowly but surely, Bulldogs doing the work on both ends. Sales trying to back down Kelly. Turns and splashes it through.
Nice jump hook shot.
It's pretty good for a guy who had a broken hand. Transfer from Akron. Yet another great pickup for Gino Ford. Foul on Stony Brook. And it's going on Omar Hobway. Correction, Tyler Stevenson Moore called for the foul. That's going to force Policelli back into the game. Stevenson Moore goes away with his 3rd. Seen a lot of activities with the bigs in and out of this game on both sides. Look at the relentless run by Swain around Kelly. Gabadon side rim, no good. DK tried to tap it back, and it's Stony Brook basketball. Gabadon nearly got a strip. Now he's got the takeaway. DK carried it. Yale trying to run defense to offense, getting out in transition, just got a little sped up there.
They're definitely playing more aggressive, even in the half court.
Gabadon knocks it free again. Off a feed from Cotton. Foul for a while. He said it half joking. But a teammate's voice is strongest. He finds that players really respond to the coaching from Jalen Gabadon. And that's a compliment to his leadership in a senior campaign that could be very special. Roberts behind the back. Missed from the free throw line, and Cotton skied up for the board. Cotton learned from Ione, who's now with the Utah Jazz, how to attack the glass, and you saw it there. Slip to Jarvis. He could be a major factor inside. DK, extra pass to Jarvis, left short. And we'll see if the basket counts. It will not. The foul's on the floor.
E.J. Jarvis, big, strong player. Nice look by DK inside.
Tyke Green was called for his first foul of the game. Now we'll see the big man Jarvis at the line. Jarvis shooting 63% from the charity stripe this season. We'll have a big matchup in the post here as the 7-footer Alex Christie checks back in.
Probably wise to put Christie back in to match up against Jarvis on the inside.
Ball was up there a long time, and Green touched it in the cylinder. So we'll count the free throw. Gino Ford wants an explanation as Yale cuts it back to a single-digit deficit. Yale has never led in this game. Christie in a tough spot outside the arc. Swain running close with Juan Felix Rodriguez. That's not easy. Deflected, Cotton's got the breakaway and dunks it down.
Coach Jones must have given these guys a great halftime talk because they've really stepped it up defensively, much more tighter in their face on defense.
I know what James Jones always says, rebound, defend, share the ball, and Yale's doing all three here in the second half. So the foul was called on STBK. His opposite number, Jaleel Jenkins, also appears unavailable for this game. He was a question mark coming in. Graduate guard from Ranson, West Virginia, a George Mason transfer. Roberts missed the first. Roberts and Jenkins, both in their Stony Brook debuts, led with double-figure scoring against George Mason. Two of those 7 newcomers to make all the impact. Jenkins had come in averaging nearly 17 points per game at Fairleigh Dickinson, burst into the national spotlight back in 2019 when Fairleigh Dickinson got that NCAA First 4 victory. He's not available here today along with Elijah Olaniyi, so that makes the lead for Stony Brook all that more impressive, playing without 2 of their best scoring guards. Every inch of the rim for Swain, but it stayed out. Roberts drives left and scores.
Beautiful left-handed drive to the basket by Roberts. He's really playing well.
We said off the top, our player to watch, Anthony Roberts, had to do the heavy lifting without Olaniyi and Jenkins. He has delivered so far. Jarvis off the bounce. Cotton now with 8 to shoot. Mid-range, side rim. Oh, saved along the end line by Feinberg. Circus play. And Jarvis dunks the putback.
Yale getting some offensive rebounds now. They didn't do in the first half.
8 offensive boards for Yale, just 5 for Stony Brook. (54-46). Roberts, triple, good.
Wow, way outside.
You said it. Stony Brook has had the answer from 3 all game long. 9 of 18 outside the arc.
Rodriguez is playing great defense on Azar Swain. I mean, he is all over him.
And that's a really tough assignment against the 1,000-point scorer. Cotton had to work his way out of the corner, creates his own space, and drains a 3.
Beautiful drive and then step back 3. And again, Azar's been, Rodriguez is all over him, and he just can't get open.
We've seen the defense on both ends level up here in the second half. It's getting serious in crunch time out there. Roberts bumped Gabadon. Now with 8 to shoot. Foul called on Yale.
Well, Gabadon's the right guy to be on Roberts, given he's the Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year.
Gabadon was just called for his second foul. 2 team fouls for Yale, 4 for Stony Brook. Just 12-13 to go. And the 22-point lead for Stony Brook is down to 8. Roberts finally got rid of Gabadon, and it drains in. Gabadon to Jarvis. Side rim, no. Roberts in transition. Hobway skying through, and Feinberg takes it away. Deflected by Hobway. Nice response after.
Great defense by Rodriguez, but Azar's just too good. They obviously need to get him more touches, more shots.
There's nothing better than watching an elite scorer just drop it in over top-notch defense. Roberts got in too deep and walked with it. Nice defense by Yusuf Basa-Ama. The sophomore from Ghana just checked in. He was a fire starter here against UMass 2 weeks back.
Roberts is feeling it, but he's trying to do a little bit too much on that one.
The energy has shifted here at Lee Amphitheater. Crowd's starting to feel it now. Cotton's triple, wave it off. So Mike Feinberg called for the offensive foul, his first of the game, 4th team foul on Yale. Unfortunate turnover with Yale looking at a wide open 3.
These screen fouls have been really a sore point for Yale. Again, it's hurt them in a few games where they're getting called on fouls on these screens, which is, as bad as any turnover.
James Jones talked about some self-inflicted wounds late against Southern Utah. That's something they'll want to work on here after this Stony Brook game. Christie through 2. Hobway trailed. And the foul is called on, let's see, going against Hobway or it's Feinberg. That's a tough spot there because Hobway was climbing over everybody's backs.
Yeah, I don't know where that was.
Feinberg was deep underneath Hobway, so maybe called for the undercut there. Hobway at the line. Pure on the first. We'll see big Jaden Sales check back in.
After this free throw, Stony Brook will have taken 6 free throws to Yale's 14.
That's helped the Bulldogs chip away here in the second half, but the Stony Brook lead is back up to 10. Yale has been so close to making this a 2-possession game. And it's an offensive foul. Similar story, it's on Mike Feinberg.
These type of blocking / screening fouls have come at the worst time in several games for Yale.
When Yale's been able to get off a clean shot, they've hit 3 of their last 4. Cotton's been the hottest hand, 4 of his last 5 from 3. Just have to set steadier screens. Turnover. Kelly's got it. Right down the middle, and he'll slow it up. Hands off to the speedy Swain. That's a 3, and it's pure.
Got to get him open. Get him open. He's gonna release it.
Unbelievable. Give him an inch, he takes a mile. No surprise, Swain the leading scorer with 16. It's back to a 7-point ball game. This one's going to be good down the stretch. No answer from Pulicelli. Loose ball. Bulldogs have it. Kelly finds Swain through the back door. Tapped out, and a foul on Stony Brook. So Anthony Roberts called for his 3rd personal. Rodriguez, you mentioned one of the best defenders on the floor, getting set to check back in.
Yeah,
He's been chasing Azar Swain around.
They had Stevenson Moore on him. Now they have Rodriguez back in. He's been tough on the defensive side.
Right now, Swain's on the bigger Stevenson Moore. Basa'ama, no look pass. Hand off to DK. Finds his way around Kelly and connects off the window. A 7-0 run for Yale. Bulldogs have hit 5 of their last 6. It's a game of runs. First half belonged to Stony Brook. Second half, it's in Yale's hands now. Good battle in the post between Kelly and Pulicelli. Gabadon went for broke and committed the foul. Third personal on Jalen Gabadon, defending Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year.
Delayed call, but definitely a foul on Jalen.
Anthony Roberts could just move over a little bit here. You can see the action. Thank you, Anthony. Gino Ford's been busy in this game as well. Standing right next to us, encouraging his team, trying to get a first road win this season. Pulicelli, are you kidding me?
Pro 3.
Oh, and then some. He's shooting from Long Island. Back to an 8-point cushion. Gabadon, step back triple. No good. Oh, nearly turned over in transition. Stevenson Moore made a great play along the sideline. Pulicelli just testing Isaiah Kelly. You got to close this big man out hard. A lot of contact inside, and Juan Felix Rodriguez will go to the line.
Basa'ama in the...
Gabadon found the cutter. Basa'ama falls away. That's not his shot. Roberts in attack mode. Rodriguez closed down well by DK, and it's an offensive foul. You said it right, Frank. The screens have been called very tightly here in the second half, and this time Rodriguez was guilty.
Those are tough calls. That's how coaches get gray hair on those screen turnovers.
Or if you're Gino Ford and James Jones, no hair. 7:14 to go. It's a 9-point game. Swain pulls it and hits.
Just a little bit of daylight.
Swain has hit 3 of his last 4. Yale back within 7. Sales on the block, doing the work for 2. Look at him get the sideline pumped up on his way back down.
Nice inside move.
Sales, another one of those players finding his feel after missing the entire preseason due to injury. Bez Mbang drives, throws it up high, rebounded by Jarvis.
The other thing that's been helping Yale is the offensive rebounds. They've had several points this half from offensive rebounds.
Bulldogs attacking the offensive glass. They've got 9 boards. Roberts deflected, good reach by DK. And somehow he got it back. Quick hitter to Rodriguez, hanging in the air with the greatest of ease. DK, no quit, wave it off. Fouled on the drive. Tyler Stevenson Moore whistled for his 4th.
You know, you called it, Kevin. I thought Rodriguez was doing a great job on Swain, and then for some reason they put the bigger
Stevenson Moore
on him.
And you can see he's tallied up a couple fouls here late because he's drawn a tough assignment. That's going to force the starter, Tyke Green, back into the game. Stevenson Moore will sit 1 away from the DQ. DK rattles in the first. Final 6 minutes here at Lee Amphitheater. Yale's been slowly chipping away here in the second half. Trying to stay a perfect 3-0 at home. DK 1 for 2 at the line. Slipped inside, Pulicelli doubled. Swain and Gabadon. 10 seconds to shoot. Chaotic outside the arc. Roberts drives baseline. Blocking foul. Looked like Mbang got caught underneath.
Roberts is the one you want to have it. It's 10 seconds left. Nice drive to the basket. Picked up the foul.
First personal on Bez Mbang from Potomac, Maryland. And you said it right, Anthony Roberts getting right to the point of the attack. Has such a good understanding of the game. As head coach said, he's a veteran guy who's done a lot with his skills, dribbling, passing, shooting.
He's a silky player. He's just silky, the way he moves.
And maybe best of all, he's clutch. In his home debut against Sacred Heart, drilled a right wing three as the horn sounded to give the Seawolves their first and only win of the season so far. That was on opening night at Island Federal Arena. Seawolves trying to get to 2 and 3, holding on to a lead. And that's a foul far away from the hoop on Juan Felix Rodriguez.
He's just draping Swain. He is all over. He's been playing good defense. A little bit too, I guess, a little bit too handsy on that cut, though.
Both teams with 8 fouls. Both teams in the 1-and-1. Free throws could go a long way to decide this game. Swain now 5 for 7 at the line today. Top scorer on the team this year, led with 22 points, 20 of those in the second half at UVM. A Swain 3 cut that Yale deficit to 54-53 with 1:28 left before Justin Mazzulla scored 4 in the final 1-8 to win that game for the Catamounts. And that's of interest to Stony Brook because Vermont's been picked second in the Yale has never led in this ball game. High intensity defense now from the Bulldogs. Roberts falling away. How did he hit that?
That is so sweet. What a sweet shot.
Anthony Roberts, too pure on the road. Now with 13 points in the game, second leading scorer behind only Pulicelli, who filled it up in the first. Swain crosses up everyone, runs into a wall, deflected shot.
He was hoping to get the call there. He was hoping to get the foul, didn't get it.
Roberts did a great job giving up the body. Thought about trailing the play with another 3. Sorry, go ahead, Frank.
No, between Roberts and Pulicelli, they're not letting Yale get that close. They're answering.
Stony Brook worked around all kinds of screens. Volleyball at the rim, and it's won by STBK. Great pull for the Bulldogs. Spins off a foul by Stony Brook. Anthony Roberts called for his 4th foul, so now the Stony Brook Star is 1 away from leaving this game. 3, nice to be up 9 in the final segment. Let's see if Yale can make things uncomfortable. Pulicelli hits another 3, his 4th of the game, and the big man's been devastating from outside.
He certainly has been.
Swain in the tight space, played the bank.
And Coach Ford is saying the right thing. Time and score, time and score. It's exactly the right thing to tell your players at this period in the game. Time and score.
They can trade buckets and still win by 10. No rush here with 13 to shoot and 3 minutes to go. Pulicelli, his deepest three, front rim. That would have been lights out if he could have hit from there. DK around Kelly. Slithers baseline. Gabadon's wing three is cured. Nicely done. Tapped out by Gabadon, pressuring deep in the backcourt.
You know, DK didn't play a lot two years ago. He's really come along and become a strong point guard. He's getting better every single game. Big turnover here.
Size for size, Kelly sits, Jarvis back in. Straight to him off the inbound. Swain, leading scorer, contested, no. Rebound to Cotton.
Another offensive rebound.
DK attack mode. And it was last touched by Stony Brook. 2:21 to go, 75-68. Yale's done great work here in the second half to get back in it. DK running out of options. It's Cotton in the corner. Nice bounce to Gabadon and a foul on Tyler Stevenson Moore. That's his fifth that he's done for the day. So one of the best defensive matchups on the floor goes away. 6'3" sophomore finishes up with 10 points, 4 of 5 shooting. Very efficient in 24 minutes.
Agree. Double-digit points, played excellent defense throughout the game. He had a very good game for himself. These are big free throws for Jalen.
Gabadon's a perfect 4 for 4 from the line today. All smiles from Stony Brook. Gabadon 1 for 2, that time down. 75-69. Yale extending the defense. Pulicelli puts it on the deck, and now Roberts will control it.
Again, Coach Ford, time and score. Just playing the clock now.
Roberts nearly left it at half court, but a foul is called on Gabadon. Fourth on the best defender for Yale, and Roberts will go to the line.
It's been 2 for 4 in the game from the free throw line.
9th team foul on Yale. This is a 1-and-1. Now 2 shots. No rebound for Yale to work with that time. Deficit back to 8. You can hear the intensity from both benches. 2 preseason conference favorites duking it out. DK, too strong. Cotton falls away for 3, side rim, another offensive rebound. Swain's turn. Couldn't bank it in. Cotton to the corner and lost it out of bounds. It's Seawolves basketball.
Yale going to the boards, playing aggressive, but the ball just won't fall for him.
Yale is 9 for 27 from 3. Stony Brook 11 of 23. Rodriguez gets it across the timeline. Now back into the sure hands of Roberts. Our player to watch. He has 4 fouls. Checked closely by DK. The senior measuring. Works around that screen. Pulicelli got fouled.
looked close, but Isaiah just moved at the end there. But Stony Brook is controlling the ball very nicely at the end of the game here. They are really playing, again, time and score, controlling the ball, not letting Yale get close.
That was DK's 4th foul. Isaiah Kelly switches out with Jarvis. Missed them both. Still an 8-point game. Time for Yale with 1:08 to go. DK probing. 3 from Cotton. He's got it. Wolves. Not anymore. Rodriguez brought it up. Had to spin away from Gabadon. On the logo, there's the foul.
They were really going for that steal. They were chasing the ball all over. As you say,
double bonus the rest of the way for both teams. The foul was on Cotton. That's his first. Roberts rattles in. This would make it a 3-possession game. 7-point lead for the Seawolves.
Yale needs to come down and get a good shot here. Whether it's a 2 or a 3, it needs to be a good shot.
DK, dribble drive, curls it back out. Cotton lost the basketball, plucked by Ty-Key Green, a name we haven't said much in the second half. He comes up clutch on defense. Yale has to foul, and now the Seawolves go back to the line with 35 seconds left.
Cotton just trying to do too much there. He's looking to shoot a 3. Green got his hand in.
Green missed the first as Gino Ford, 3rd-year head coach for Stony Brook, calls his other 4 players off the free throw line. Trying to pick up road win number 1 this season for a long schedule of home games on Long Island. This would be very satisfying for Stony Brook. Still some time for the Bulldogs. And it looks like we have a clock issue at the other end. Connecticut's going to Long Island on December 14th. Wide open, Jarvis inside. 5-point game, 10.8 to play. Oh, nearly stolen by Jarvis. Gabadon's playing with 4 fouls and a jump ball called. Luckily for the Seawolves, it points to Stony Brook. Good awareness by Gabadon.
Stony Brook is just letting Yale score 2-point buckets underneath. They're protecting the 3-pointer. They're not letting them shoot 3-pointers. And like you said, Kevin, they're just saying we'll make the free throws down the stretch.
Gabadon fouls out, 14 points in this game. He had 3 rebounds to go along with his 2 assists in 35 minutes. Only Azar Swain played more today.
Into the lineup for Yale, number 35, Isaiah Kelly. At the line for Stony Brook.
Closing time here for Stony Brook, trying to wrap it up at the free throw line. (85-78). DK, one last 3. He makes it.